Today I am testing Holbein's new Chroma Petal watercolor and Chroma Shine colors. This is not going to be just swatches because shimmer paints can look amazing in the pan and still disappoint on paper. I want to show you how they actually behave on white paper, on dark colors, in layers, and in real painting, so you can decide if they are worth adding to your collection. Most shimmer paints either disappear on white paper or look too heavy. Let's see if Holbein tried to fix that with two different formulas, Chroma Pearl and Chroma Shine, and how they actually behave. First, let's talk about what iridescent Chroma Pearl watercolor is. It's paint made with mica particles that shift and glow depending on the angle of the light. The color comes mainly from light reflection, not pigment strength. It usually contains fine white or lightly tinted mica, which is why it can look very subtle on white paper. Chroma Shine, on the other hand, is more opaque than iridescent or Chroma Pearl. It has a stronger shine on white paper, and the color is visible even without tilting the page. According to the Holbein website, Chroma Shine is designed to give a more noticeable shimmer effect compared to their iridescent range. I am starting with the iridescent color on white paper. I am using a normal amount of water, not too dry and not too wet. Right now, flat on the paper, you can see the color itself is very subtle. The shine does not really show until I move the paper. This is typical for iridescent paint. The effect comes from light, not from pigment strength. Now I am switching to Chroma Shine. Using the same brush and the same amount of water, you can already see the difference. Even without tilting the paper, the color is more visible. Once I tilt it, the shine becomes stronger, but it does not disappear when the paper is flat. If you want shimmer that shows immediately on white paper, this formula is much easier to work with. Now let's test layering on white paper. I am glazing a regular watercolor over the shimmer layer. It stays fairly subtle, but the shine is mostly lost. You can see that when I added magenta watercolor over it, the paint became a little lighter with many small dots, almost like a salt effect, but there is no shine showing anymore. When I added yellow watercolor over yellow Chroma Shine, it turned into a brown, muddy color, which doesn't look good. And again, there is no shine left. Now let's try watercolor as the base layer. I'm doing the opposite, applying shimmer on top of a dry watercolor layer. Immediately you can see the shine. Here I use blue Chroma Pearl with a lot of water to help the particles move around. This is definitely the better option if you want the shine to stay clean and visible. Here I am using Chroma Shine in different colors over watercolor paints. You will see that the first layers become a little darker, but yes, the Chroma Shine is still visible. Next is layering on a dark wash and on different mediums. This is where iridescent paints really make sense. I am applying the same colors over a dark wash and also over different mediums like pastel pencils, color pencils, acrylic markers, and oil pastels. And oh la la, look at the glow on these macarons. On the first macaroon, I use Chroma Pearl, and on the other one, I use Chroma Shine. Now for the acrylic marker, the shine stays subtle for both Chroma Pearl and Chroma Shine. For the oil pastel, this is really interesting. The shine looks a bit strange because oil pastels is chunky and water resistant. The shimmer particles set on the top of the oil instead of being absorbed by the paper, which creates this unusual effect. Last but not least, I am trying Iridescent Pearl and Chroma Shine over watercolor on black paper. Look at the result. It's phenomenal. The camera really is not doing it justice because it's very bright outside. I tried to darken the video just to show a glimpse of the shine, but in real life, it's much stronger. Notice how the iridescent colors suddenly come alive. This is the environment they are designed for, over dark colors. The shine is much more dramatic and consistent. Then an idea came to my mind. I wanted to experiment by mixing regular watercolor with the Chroma Pearl and Chroma Shine. First, here you can see the true color of cadmium yellow. When I mix it with the yellow Chroma Shine, the color becomes darker and the shine almost disappeared, and I think I added more paint. When I mixed cadmium yellow with the Chroma Pearl, the mixture becomes heavy and sticky, and I can't see any shimmer at all. I added more water, it didn't help. I added more Chroma Shine, it didn't, and it became thick, almost like gouache. Then I realized I needed a very thin layer of paint. So I used a watery mix of Hansa Yellow with a decent amount of Chroma Pearl. And now you can clearly see the white particles and the glow. At the end, I don't like judging paints only from swatches, so here are small finished pieces. Unfortunately, this is not an ideal watercolor paper, but it is just for experimentation. In the first image, I use Chroma Shine and Chroma Pearl first as my layer, then added details with colored pencils. And all the shimmer and glow disappeared. In the second image, I painted with watercolor first, then added details using Chroma Pearl and Chroma Shine, and I think the difference is very clear. I use iridescent color as accent and Chroma Shine where I want more visible sparkle. This is how I would realistically use these paints in my own work. At the end, if you love subtle glow and layering, the Holbein iridescent color are beautiful, especially over dark areas. If you want shimmer that shows clearly on white paper with less effort, Chroma Shine is the better choice. These are specialty paints, not everyday colors, but used thoughtfully, they can add something really special to your work.